I am going to make using AI as an entrepreneur so stupid simple for you. Crazy simple. I'm going to share with you some of the most basic tips that are going to blow your mind how much they're going to improve your business, and they're so easy to implement. Trust me, implementing these super basic, super easy AI tips is going to change the game for you as a solopreneur. I've watched tons of videos. I've listened to tons of podcasts talking about how to use AI, and I feel like they had AI create those scripts and they're not realistic and they're kind of confusing. And I'm like, I don't get it. This is going to be the how to use AI that like your mom could figure out. I want ChatGPT to be your go-to, or whatever AI platform you use. I want it to feel like it is the first person you think of. It's the first place you go to use to ask any questions. And I want your staff doing the same thing. And that's why I've created this episode to show you some really super simple ways to implement AI that's going to level up your business. Welcome to this edition of Build Your Tribe. My name is Chalene Johnson. This is my son, Brock Johnson, and we do these episodes together here on Build Your Tribe. And this is what I'm really excited about. First of all, if you are not using AI more frequently than you're using Google, that should be a sign to you that there's a problem. There's really no reason why any of us at this point should be using Google. Seriously. Number one, just talk to her. Activate your microphone on whatever AI platform you use, whether it's ChatGPT, Perplexity, or maybe you're using your Apple iPhone or Google phone, like whatever it is you're using, activate your microphone so that you're no longer wasting time typing your prompts. I find that the biggest challenge for most entrepreneurs, for most people in general, using AI is that they waste so much time trying to write the perfect prompt. You're trying to avoid typos and you're trying to, craft this very special way so that AI understands exactly what it is you're asking for. You're trying to come across like you know a thing or two. You're using fancy language. You're thinking that AI can't figure it out. I'm telling you, you can smash your head against the keyboards and ChatGPT, AI will go, oh, okay, I got it. So you're looking for the capital of France. Like, it is so intelligent. It will weed through your typos, your ums, your ahs, your likes, everything. But because we're so accustomed to writing things the perfect way, that I want you to just completely avoid that and have a conversation. In fact, I literally have two ways that you can do this. Number one, you can just have a conversation with ChatGPT. I'm going to share with you what this looks like, where I'm going back and forth, literally having a dialogue. And it's kind of eerie. It's kind of trippy how realistic this is and how much easier it is for you to get the answer and the response you're looking for. So I am trying to put together a really high converting sales page, not even just sales page, just a page for people to sign up for a walking challenge that I'm doing. And I don't even know where to start.
Creating a sign-up page for your walking challenge sounds exciting. We can start by identifying the key elements: a catchy headline, a brief description of the challenge, and a clear call to action. Do you have any specific ideas or themes in mind?
No, I really don't. So can you just ask me every question you need to ask me so that we can, really target the woman who it is I want to reach, and help me just really make sure that when they land on this page, they are excited and they want to sign up for the challenge.
Absolutely. Let's start with some key questions. 1, who's your ideal participant for the walking challenge? Are they beginners, fitness enthusiasts, or somewhere in between? 2, what are the benefits of joining the challenge? Think about what outcomes or transformations you want to promise. 3, how long is the challenge and what does it involve?
Okay, you're asking me too many questions too fast. Can we go through these one at a time?
Of course. Let's take them one at a time. Who is your ideal participant for the walking challenge?
So ideally a woman who's like over 35, probably between like 35 and 65. She is like, her hormones are driving her crazy. She feels like she's going insane. She just cannot lose the extra fluff. She's done every diet. She's sick of restricting. She's sick of over exercising. And she really needs something that's like simple and doable, and helps her to, it's something that she can do for the rest of her life, but she just feels good and she doesn't have to like buy any equipment, she just something that gives her a win.
Got it. Next, let's focus on the benefits. What positive changes or outcomes do you want these women to experience from participating in the challenge?
I want them to feel energized. I want them to almost be shocked at how easy it was for them to feel better, to maybe drop a few pounds, to understand their bodies much better, like just to have so much more confidence.
Got it. So your ideal participant is someone looking to boost their energy, feel better easily, understand their body, and gain confidence. Now, what benefits do you want to highlight for them in this challenge?
Okay, so right now I just want to see a summary of everything you've told me so far. So how do I do that?
Sure. Here's a quick summary. 1, we're creating a high converting page
Sorry to
for
interrupt
women
you.
to
Sorry to interrupt you, but I want to see it in writing. I don't necessarily want to hear you say it. Like, how do I see it in text?
see a summary in text, simply say, "Can you provide a written summary?" And I'll
Okay.
type it out for you.
Okay, great.
Would you like me to do that now?
That would be awesome.
Here's a summary. 1, we're creating
And there it is. So great. There you go. There's your summary of everything that we've said so far. Easy mode. Try it. The second way to do this is just the exact same way you use probably voice to text. So for me, because I have these queen length nails, a little ASMR for you, I have a really hard time typing fast. It sounds like I'm typing fast, but half the time it's me hitting the delete key because I've hit the wrong key with my super long nails. So what I do is I just speak into my microphone and it's just voice to text and I don't correct anything. If I've spelled things wrong, if I've used typos, if I've left off a word, no punctuation, all of it, ChatGPT will figure it out. This makes it so much faster and so much easier for you to get the response you're looking for. Number 2 is you're going to speed up the process of working with whatever your favorite AI platform is by making sure that your AI platform really knows you and knows you well. So that each time you go to have a conversation or you want to write email copy for you or to answer a question or to prepare I use ChatGPT and Perplexity all the time. Those are my 2 favorites. And I will use them to even improve the way I'm sending a text message. I use them to improve my landing pages, my sales copy, my email copy, my captions for Instagram, for Facebook, for TikTok, everything. I use it to recycle captions that I've already written. Like if you are not using it 24/7, this exercise is going to change the game for you because one of the reasons why I think people avoid using it is because their AI platform doesn't get it quite right. But it's like going on a first date after a first date after a first date. You're always getting to know someone, and that's a pain in the butt. Like things get much more comfortable when your date already knows your favorite drink. They already know what you like to order. They already know where you like to go and what time, all the things. So what you want to do is make it very simple for AI to know who you are. And here's some basic ways to do it. Number 1, tell the AI platform, let's use ChatGPT as the example. ChatGPT, you go on and you'll log in. What I'm about to tell you, I want you to remember it and update your memory moving forward. And then you can put in your bio, your resume, or you can just say, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about my personal brand. And I want you to keep this in your memory and use it for whatever prompt I'm asking you for. Done. When I first started using ChatGPT, I would say, write this in Chalene Johnson's voice. And then I would get back cues and I'm like, I would never use any of these words. Like, who does ChatGPT even think I am? Like, this is so cheesy and this is so dumb. Like, what is this? And when I realized that probably what it was doing is scanning the internet for content that was on my website that may have been written by a copywriter. And maybe I didn't even review some of the language, some of the words. I'm like, I wouldn't even use that word. That's such a cheesy word. I hate that word. Or there's so many exclamation marks. I was just like, this isn't how Chalene Johnson writes. So I would say, okay, I'm going to correct this. Update your memory. And please know I would never use this word. Please never use this phrase ever again. Update your memory. So just constantly say, update your memory. Don't you wish you could say that to people in real life? Wouldn't that be amazing? Okay, so that's the first thing. You can also, if you're not sure like what to tell ChatGPT so that it knows everything it needs to know about your brand identity, your brand voice, who it is you're trying to target, what it is you stand for, all of the things, then I'm going to give you some prompts. I'm going to put these up on the screen for you. and you can screenshot these. And you just want to use these questions as prompts. So save them to your phone. And then while you're on ChatGPT, just go through and answer each one of these. The nice thing about working with AI is you don't have to worry about how long something is, or if you're droning on and on and on, or if you've used run-on sentences or filler words, or if you sound intelligent or none of those things. It's going to sort through everything for you. So you don't have to worry about those things. By the way, before we go much further, my mom, Margie Melvin, would like to know why Brock and I don't have more subscribers on Build Your Tribe. I'm like, you know what? You're right, Mom. We need more subscribers. So please make my mom's day and make sure that you're subscribed to Build Your Tribe, because there's nothing she loves more than bragging about her grandson, and of course your daughter, but like especially her grandson. And we do really try to bring you the best possible content here on the Build Your Tribe channel. So thank you so much for double checking, making sure that you're subscribed, liking this video, and of course, leaving a comment. All right, on to our next tip. My next tip for you is to create shortcuts that ChatGPT will update its memory and know every single time you use one of these abbreviations, it'll know exactly what you want. So for example, anytime I use the two letters, I will type in RW, then a colon, and then I paste in, let's say, a blog post that I've written 2 years ago. RW, I've already updated my ChatGPT memory. So it knows anytime I use those two letters, I want it to be rewritten to maintain the integrity of it, but to use new words, new language. But again, that all is in my Chalene Johnson voice. Okay. So how did I do that? I say, okay, ChatGPT, every time I use the letters RW, this is what I want. Another example is I say, anytime I use the number 5 and then a colon, and then I ask a query, what I want from you is to give me 5 options. So for example, if I write the number 5 and then colon, and then I give a title like The Easy Way for Entrepreneurs to Use AI. ChatGPT, I don't have to even tell it what I want. It knows to give me 5 new variations of a title for this video. I've got 2 shortcuts. One is 5 and one is 10. Sometimes I want 10 variations. So that's a simple shortcut. Another way that I will do these shortcuts is I will say, anytime I use BR, that means I'm asking it for a better response. Anytime I use the word more, I've told ChatGPT, anytime I use the word more and a colon, that means I'm asking you to give me more information. I've also told ChatGPT that when I'm doing research, I want it given back to me always in bulleted, abbreviated form. And that if I want more detail, I will ask for it. So no matter what I ask ChatGPT, the way I get my responses is the way that works well for my brain. My brain doesn't want to read and read and read. I want the bullets, and I want them highlighted, and I want them in bold. And I probably know what that means, so I don't need to read all the extra additional information. If I do, I will just say, give me more information on the number 2 bullet. Game changer. It makes it so easy. My next tip for you is to drop the people pleasing. I think I wasted so much time when I first started using AI, because AI is like figuring out who we are, right? And I would use like super polite language. I'd be like, thank you so much. That's a really good response. Like as if there's someone behind the computer judging me for not being polite. And I would say like, if you could please give me another variation of that same response. What a waste of time. So drop the people pleasing, get to the point, and every time ChatGPT does not, or whatever AI platform you're using, doesn't give you exactly what you're looking for, let them know. Another mistake that I made in the beginning was I would get a response that was pretty close, and I'd be like, okay, and then I would copy and paste it into another document, and then I would revise it myself. But that's like hiring somebody to do work for you, and I think we probably are all guilty of this, and then just doing it yourself, thinking, well, I'm going to save more time if I just do this myself. Plus, I don't want to hurt their feelings. Number one, ChatGPT AI does not work that way, and it's artificial learning. So you don't have to worry about hurting anyone's feelings. You don't have to worry about, stepping on anyone's toes. You literally have to train AI to be better and better and better for you. If AI isn't working well for you, it's because you've given up too soon. You just have to keep saying, oh, close, but I wouldn't use this word, or almost, but here's what I need. And be as specific as possible. And then whenever you finish and you're like, okay, finally, yes, this is exactly the email that I was looking for. This is exactly the copy I wanted. I will say, update your memory so that you remember in the future, this is exactly what I was looking for. Every time you tell AI to update its memory, it does indefinitely. That's a game changer. This next tip is going to blow your mind. You're going to use this, and if you've got anyone on your team who's in charge of a particular part of your business, I want you to show this to them as well, because this literally, as someone who I want to be the creative, I don't love the numbers. And whenever I see a spreadsheet, it's like my eyes glaze over and I'm like, just tell me what it means, right? And sometimes people who are really good at reading spreadsheets and the numbers and crunching all those things, sometimes they're not great at telling you what those numbers should be telling you. But you know who is great at this? AI. So here's what we do. I personally just put a PDF into AI of whatever business or dashboard it is that I want to analyze. Say, for example, I want to know a little bit more about my YouTube insights, there's a lot there, and it can be kind of overwhelming. And especially, again, if you're someone who's creative, the numbers kind of overwhelm you. You're not exactly sure what they're telling you. Then let AI do that for you. So here's an example, and I'm going to show you exactly how I wrote this prompt as well, because I want to demystify this. Here's what I wrote to ChatGPT. I said, take the reporting metrics from Patreon and analyze them for me, giving me a summary of trends that I should be aware of, things I probably need to spend more time on, areas of concern, my best performing months. So for those of you that don't know, aside from the podcast I do with Brock, Build Your Tribe, I also have my own private podcast called The Chalene Show, where I talk about menopause and health related topics and walking and just my life. But I don't go really deep on the regular forward facing free podcast. I have a Patreon, which is a paid podcast. So it's kind of like a Substack. It's like a membership where people pay a nominal monthly fee. The lowest tier is $5. The highest tier is $25. And there I spill the tea. Like I tell the stories that I don't talk about on the regular show. I sometimes do deep dives looking at very sometimes controversial topics, and I share my opinions on those. I love doing Patreon. I love it. I've been doing it now for, I think, 3 years. And so what I did is I said, take a look at these areas, tell me the best performing levels, the most profitable areas of Patreon, and the areas that need more clarification. And I said, because I am creative and I hate looking at these numbers. Then what I did is, as you can see on the screen, I just click the plus sign, upload a PDF, or you can upload a screenshot. You can upload whatever it is you want. I just uploaded my Patreon metrics, and I don't have to figure out what these metrics mean. AI tells me. It tells me that I had significant growth in May. How about this? It says, you're free. I did not know this. I literally did not know this. Free trials were highly effective, converting users, peaking in March of 2024 with 1,800 trials and 1,600 of them converting. That's a 75% conversion rate from free to paid. We're crushing it. Like, that's huge. And the reason why this is really important for me to see is because I always see that there's a ton of people doing the free, and I'm like, should we just turn this off? Like, is it working? Obviously it is. It also tells me that I need to pay a lot more attention to post-trial retention. While trials are converting very well, keeping your users beyond their trial period needs some work. Okay. Steady revenue loss in mid-2024. Okay, I know why. And November and December saw revenue drops as well. Okay, I know why. I know why specifically, because I got it. Like, I know why, but I also know what that means, what I need to do differently in order to spike the revenue again. It says next steps, reintroduce and spend more time focusing on promoting free trials. Duh. Focus on post-trial retention, analyze the October 24 campaign and replicate whatever it is that you did in October. Well, I don't know that I can, but I'll find a way. But in October, what I did is I told the never told before reasons why I left Beachbody, which was a fitness company I partnered with, and everything that happened while I was with them for a period of 15 years. And I'd never spoken about it until they did away with their MLM coaching. And so I went there and I spilled the tea. And I think a lot of people were getting out of Beachbody at that time, and they wanted to hear somebody else's story. They wanted to know what happened because they were all trying to figure out what happened to them. Anyways, my point is this. We use this all the time. I use it for my YouTube metrics. I use it for my business centers. We recently, by using ChatGPT, ChatGPT told me that I needed to retire one of my businesses, and that was Push Journal. So for those of you who have been with me for a really long time, I created a basically a written journal that I still use every day to help me stay on task, to help me keep track of my goals and my to-dos and all those things. And as much as I love this and I had personal and emotional ties to it, trust me, many people on my team are like, we've got to think about doing something different with this because based on the amount of time that you spend on it and the resources that we spend on it and the costs that are associated with printing, shipping, housing, manufacturing, selling, marketing, all those things, like this is our lowest performing business center. This is the thing that makes us the least amount of money. Is it profitable? Yeah. But it's the one that like you spend so much time on it that if we took your time, Chalene, and you spent it on something else, you'd get a lot more bang for your buck. Well, I was very emotionally tied to this. So I literally asked ChatGPT to help me make this decision. And I entered the business center PDFs and asked and entered in the amount of time that I spent on each one. And it was just like, there it was in black and white that we needed to retire the Push Journal. So I do apologize if you've been a longtime fan of the Push Journal. It's no longer available. So I'm sure we have some in back order. I don't know. I don't even know because I'm literally like, I've released it and I'm okay with it. Everything has a season. We can't do everything all at once. We have to let go of certain things. And sometimes it takes a neutral partner like AI to point out the obvious to us. I hope this has been super helpful for you. If it has, will you do me a favor? Will you let me know in the comments which tip was most helpful? Which one are you likely to use in your own business? What has this done to open up your mind in all the different ways that you can use ChatGPT to speed up the process of making decisions, analyzing your business, and just being more efficient as an entrepreneur? As always, I thank you for spending your time. It's my goal to be brief, to be bright, to make it fun, and then be done. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for liking this video, and I'll see you in the next one.